For years, many of us have believed that a handful of vitamins each morning was one of the smartest things we could do for our health. A pill for strong bones, another for a healthy heart, maybe one more for energy. It sounds simple, but here's the surprising truth most seniors never hear. Some of the very vitamins you count on each day may actually be making you weaker, foggier, and even sicker. Clinical studies reveal that certain supplements, the same ones marketed as essential for older adults, can quietly build up inside the body, overloading your liver, stiffening your arteries, and even raising your risk of stroke or nerve damage. And these aren't rare or exotic pills. They're the everyday vitamins you'll find in almost every medicine cabinet. The reason is simple. As the body ages, it changes. The liver doesn't filter toxins as well as it used to. The kidneys can't flush out the excess as quickly. Nerves and blood vessels grow more delicate. What once seemed helpful at 40 can quietly turn into a health trap at 65. That's why in this video, we'll expose the 4 vitamins you should stop taking after 60, and, just as importantly, the 4 vitamins you should take every single day to protect your memory, strengthen your muscles, and even extend your life. And make sure you stay with us until the very end, because vitamin number 1 has been scientifically linked to a 36% lower risk of death from all causes. That's not hype. That's proven data. So take a look at the bottles in your kitchen or bathroom, and let's find out together whether the supplements you're relying on are helping you live stronger years, or slowly stealing your health. Worst vitamin number 4. Vitamin A in retinol form. The good guy that turns toxic after 60. Vitamin A sounds like a hero. Doctors often say it's good for your eyes, your skin, and even your immune system. And that's true in the right form and in the right amount. But here's what most seniors don't realize. After 60, too much vitamin A in the form of retinol, the synthetic version found in many multivitamins and liver-based supplements, can quietly build up in your system and turn into poison. Unlike water-soluble vitamins like C or B, which flush out easily through urine, vitamin A is fat-soluble. That means your body stores it in your liver and fatty tissues. And the problem is that as you age, your liver slows down and can't process the excess as efficiently. Your fat distribution changes, altering how vitamins are stored. The vitamin A you take today doesn't leave tomorrow. It accumulates, like a slow drip filling a cup until it eventually overflows. Over time, that buildup can cause symptoms many seniors mistake for just getting older. Dry skin, brittle hair, dizziness, blurred vision, joint pain, stiffness, and constant fatigue are all signs of vitamin A overload. But it doesn't stop there. A 2022 review in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with excess vitamin A had a 25% higher risk of atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat that dramatically increases stroke risk after 65. In other words, what looks like a harmless vitamin pill could be quietly raising your risk of a life-threatening event. So how much is too much? If your multivitamin or supplement contains more than 700 micrograms per day for women or 900 micrograms for men of retinol or retinol palmitate, you're already in the danger zone. And here's the catch. Many senior supplements overshoot this limit without you even realizing it. The good news is that you don't have to give up vitamin A completely. Your body still needs it, but in the safe form called beta-carotene, found naturally in sweet potatoes, carrots, spinach, and eggs. Your body converts beta-carotene into vitamin A only when it needs to, which means there's no risk of overdose. Think of beta-carotene as a self-regulating fuel tank. It only fills when your body is running low. Retinol, on the other hand, keeps filling the tank until it spills over, and that's when the damage begins. So if you're over 60, check your supplement label today. If you see retinol or retinol palmitate, it's time to rethink. Replace it with real food sources and let your body decide how much it truly needs. Because after 60, Staying healthy isn't about piling on more pills. It's about choosing the right ones in the right form. Worst vitamin number 3. Iron supplements. The energy booster that backfires after 60. When most people think of iron, they think of energy. Doctors prescribe it for fatigue, multivitamins add it for tiredness, and for decades, iron has been sold as a cure for brittle nails, pale skin, and weakness. But here's the truth. No one tells seniors. After 60, iron supplements can quietly become toxic. Unlike water-soluble vitamins, iron isn't easily flushed out. Instead, it's stored in your liver, your heart, and your pancreas. Over time, when you keep adding more iron on top of what your body already has, it doesn't disappear. It builds up, like rust on an old pipe, slowly corroding you from the inside out. Why does iron become dangerous with age? Men stop losing iron after puberty, and women stop after menopause. That means the natural iron drain is gone. Unless you've had blood loss from surgery, ulcers, or a diagnosed condition, you're probably not deficient. Extra iron just sits in your organs, causing oxidative stress, where unstable molecules damage your cells and age your tissues prematurely. A 2018 study published in Alzheimer's Research and AMP Therapy linked excess iron to higher risks of dementia. Other research shows it fuels heart disease, liver damage, and even certain cancers. And here's the kicker. Very few seniors actually need iron supplements. The scary part is that iron overload doesn't announce itself. The symptoms are vague and often mistaken for aging. Joint pain and stiffness, chronic fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, memory problems or brain fog, and irregular heartbeats or palpitations. But behind the scenes, that energy booster may actually be damaging your heart, liver, and brain. The problem is made worse by multivitamins. Many popular senior multivitamins still include iron, even though the majority of older adults don't need it. Stacking that on top of iron-rich foods like red meat, beans, and fortified cereals only adds fuel to the fire. So what should you do instead? Start by checking your labels. If your multivitamin includes iron and your doctor hasn't diagnosed a deficiency, it's time to switch. Ask for a blood test, specifically a serum ferritin or transferrin saturation test, to know where your iron levels really stand. Choose iron-free senior multivitamins that are designed to avoid overload. And balance your diet. You'll still get plenty of iron naturally from lean meats, beans, and leafy greens without piling on extra supplements. The bottom line is simple. Iron is essential when you're young and losing blood regularly. But after 60, your body doesn't need the extra. In fact, it can quietly accelerate aging, weaken memory, and strain your heart. So before you pop another so-called energy pill, remember this. What was once helpful can become harmful if your body no longer needs it. Real energy after 60 doesn't come from iron supplements. It comes from protecting your organs, reducing inflammation, and giving your body only what it truly requires. Worst vitamin number 2. Calcium supplements. The bone saver that can damage your heart. For decades, seniors have been told one thing. If you want strong bones, take calcium every day. It's in TV commercials, doctor pamphlets, and nearly every bone health multivitamin on the market. But here's the shocking truth. Calcium supplements, especially when taken alone, can do more harm than good after 60. When you're young, your bones act like sponges, soaking up calcium with ease. Hormones and growth factors tell your body exactly where to send it. But after 60, that system slows down. Your bones stop absorbing calcium efficiently, and all that extra calcium you're swallowing doesn't just vanish. Instead, it travels to the wrong places. Into your arteries, where it hardens blood vessels and raises heart attack risk. Into your joints, where it contributes to stiffness and pain. And into your soft tissues, causing calcification that your body struggles to reverse. A 2016 review in the Journal of the American Heart Association confirmed the danger. Seniors who took calcium supplements had a 22% higher risk of heart disease. So while you thought you were protecting your bones, you may actually be weakening your heart. At first, the signs of calcium overload seem harmless. Digestive issues like bloating and constipation, aches in your joints, fatigue, and poor concentration. But over time, the consequences are far more serious. Calcified arteries increase your risk of stroke and heart attack. Kidney stones become more painful and recurring. Nutrient absorption is impaired, blocking zinc, iron, and magnesium. And the cruel irony is that your bones may not get stronger at all. Here's the secret most supplement companies don't tell you. Calcium can't work properly without its partners. Vitamin D3 helps your gut absorb calcium into your bloodstream. Vitamin K2 directs calcium into your bones and keeps it out of your arteries. Magnesium balances calcium so it doesn't harden tissues. If you're just taking a plain calcium pill, your body has no guide, and the mineral ends up in the wrong place. So what should you do instead? Focus on food sources. Leafy greens, sardines with bones, yogurt, almonds, and chia seeds provide calcium in a natural, absorbable form. Pair it with vitamin D3 and K2 if you truly need supplementation. And don't forget to move your body. Weight-bearing exercise is just as important as calcium for bone strength. Finally, check your intake. If your multivitamin already gives you 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily, and you're also eating calcium-rich foods, you may be overdoing it. Calcium is vital, but not in the way seniors have been told. On its own, calcium supplements can clog arteries, stiffen joints, and raise your risk of heart disease. Real bone health comes from balance. Getting calcium from whole foods, combining it with D3, K2, and magnesium, and keeping your body active. After 60, it's not about piling on more pills. It's about making sure nutrients go exactly where they belong, into your bones, not your arteries. Worst vitamin number 1. High-dose vitamin B6, the energy booster that quietly damages nerves. When most people hear vitamin B6, they think harmless. It's water-soluble. It helps with energy. It supports nerves. So what could go wrong? Here's the shocking truth. After 60, high doses of B6 can actually poison your nervous system. Unlike most B vitamins that your body easily flushes out, B6 behaves differently. When taken in high doses, it builds up in nerve tissue. Over time, this accumulation becomes neurotoxic, slowly damaging the very nerves it's supposed to protect. Seniors are especially vulnerable because their liver clears toxins more slowly, and their nerves are already more fragile. A 2017 study in neurology revealed that older adults taking high-dose B6 supplements had double the risk of nerve damage symptoms compared to those who stayed within safe limits. The symptoms of B6 toxicity look almost identical to normal aging or even conditions like diabetes. Tingling in the hands and feet, numbness or burning sensations, poor balance and frequent falls, muscle weakness and fatigue, and brain fog that feels like just getting older. The real culprit may not be age at all. It could be toxic levels of vitamin B6. The official safe upper limit for B6 is 100 milligrams per day. But here's the catch. Even 50 milligrams daily, taken over long periods, has been shown to cause toxicity in older adults. Many nerve support formulas and energy boosters on the market contain 100 to 250% of the daily limit in just one serving. Stack that with your daily multivitamin and fortified foods, and you may be unknowingly overdosing every single day. And unlike other deficiencies that are easy to fix, nerve damage from too much B6 can take months or even years to recover. In some cases, the damage may be permanent. So what should you do instead? Stick to food sources. Chickpeas, tuna, turkey, bananas, and fortified cereals provide all the B6 you need safely. Know your true daily needs. Seniors only require about 1.5 milligrams for women and 1.7 milligrams for men. Check your supplements. If your multivitamin or nerve formula has more than 5 to 10 milligrams of B6 per serving, it's time to switch. And test before you supplement. Ask your doctor for a B6 blood test if you're concerned. Don't take high doses just in case. The bottom line is that vitamin B6 isn't bad. In fact, it's essential. But too much can quietly rob you of mobility, balance, and independence. After 60, your body needs just enough to keep nerves healthy, not megadoses that burn them out. If you've been taking extra B6 for energy or nerve support, it might be time to step back, check your labels, and choose safer food-based sources. Because the truth is, when it comes to B6, more is not better. More can be dangerous. So there you have it. The 4 vitamins that might look harmless on the label, but after 60, can quietly weaken your body, inflame your organs, and even damage your nerves. But here's the encouraging part. Avoiding danger is only half the battle. The real key to thriving after 60 isn't just cutting out the wrong supplements. It's fueling your body with the right ones. Certain vitamins and nutrients don't just help a little. They can restore strength, protect your heart, sharpen your memory, and even extend your lifespan. And unlike the harmful ones we just covered, these next 4 are backed by some of the strongest research in senior health today. In fact, one of them has been linked to a 36% lower risk of death from all causes. So now let's turn the page from what you should never take to what you must take daily if you want to stay strong, steady, and sharp well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Let's begin with the first one, a mineral most seniors are silently low in, yet it powers over 300 functions in your body. Best vitamin number 4. Magnesium, the mineral that quietly rebuilds you after 60. If there's one nutrient most seniors are silently running low on, it's magnesium. The tricky part is you often don't even know it's missing until your body starts sending signals that you might mistake for just getting old. Think about it. Trouble sleeping, muscle cramps at night, unexplained fatigue, or even an irregular heartbeat. Many seniors shrug these off as normal parts of aging, but research shows these are classic symptoms of magnesium deficiency. Magnesium matters more after 60 than ever before. It is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body. It keeps your heart rhythm steady, helps your muscles contract and relax smoothly, supports nerve function and brain activity, regulates blood sugar and insulin sensitivity, and strengthens bones by working together with calcium and vitamin D. But here's the problem. As we age, our bodies naturally absorb less magnesium from food. On top of that, common medications for seniors like blood pressure pills, acid reflux drugs, or diuretics actually drain magnesium out of your system. That means even if you eat a decent diet, your levels are likely dropping year by year. And low magnesium isn't just a small issue. A 2018 study in Nutrients found that magnesium deficiency in older adults was linked to a 50% higher risk of atrial fibrillation and irregular heartbeat that raises stroke risk. Low magnesium also increases the risk of dementia and memory loss, raises the chances of developing type 2 diabetes, and fuels chronic inflammation that accelerates aging. No wonder doctors call magnesium one of the most underrated nutrients for seniors. The good news is that restoring magnesium levels can transform your health. Seniors who correct deficiencies often report deeper sleep, fewer muscle cramps and restless nights, sharper memory and focus, more stable mood and energy, better balance, and fewer falls. But not all magnesium supplements are created equal. Magnesium oxide is cheap but poorly absorbed and often causes diarrhea. The better forms for seniors are magnesium glycinate, magnesium citrate, or magnesium malate. These are gentler on the stomach and far more absorbable. The ideal dose for most seniors is between 250 and 400 milligrams per day, depending on diet and health conditions. And don't forget food. Excellent magnesium-rich foods include leafy greens like spinach and kale, pumpkin seeds and almonds, avocados, black beans and lentils, and even dark chocolate, yes, in moderation. But because today's soils are depleted, food alone often isn't enough, which is why smart supplementation can be life-changing. Magnesium might not be flashy, but for seniors, it's a silent powerhouse. Fix the deficiency, and suddenly many of those so-called aging problems, cramps, poor sleep, brain fog, start to fade away. Up next, let's move to best vitamin number 3, the one your skin can no longer make enough of. Without it, your bones, your immunity, and even your mood begin to crumble. Best vitamin number 3. Vitamin D3, the sunshine nutrient that fights frailty after 60. If magnesium is the quiet helper, then vitamin D3 is the master switch, the nutrient that decides whether your bones stay strong, your immune system stays alert, and your brain stays sharp. By the time you're over 65, your body's ability to make vitamin D3 naturally drops by more than 50%. Why? Because your skin no longer converts sunlight into vitamin D as efficiently. Add in spending more time indoors, using sunscreen, or living in northern areas with weaker sunlight, and deficiency becomes almost guaranteed. Vitamin D3 isn't just about bones, though it does help prevent fractures. It actually acts more like a hormone, touching almost every system in your body. For bone strength, it works with calcium and vitamin K2 to keep bones dense and resilient. For muscles, deficiency leads to weakness and a higher risk of falls. For your immune system, it helps fight infections and repair tissue damage. And for your brain, it supports mood, memory, and cognitive function. In fact, a 2020 review in the British Medical Journal found that seniors with low vitamin D had a 50% higher risk of respiratory infections and a 30% higher risk of death from all causes. That means everything from heart disease to diabetes to dementia became more likely if vitamin D3 levels were low. The scary part is that most seniors don't realize they're deficient. The symptoms are subtle: constant fatigue, low mood or depression, frequent colds or slow recovery from illness, aching bones or weak muscles, poor balance, and more falls. Sound familiar? Many chalk these up to just getting older, but in reality, they often trace back to a simple lack of vitamin D3. So how do you restore vitamin D3 safely? The problem is that most multivitamins only include 400 to 800 IU of vitamin D3, but studies show older adults usually need 1,000 to 2,000 IU per day just to maintain healthy blood levels. The best form is cholecalciferol. That's vitamin D3, not D2, which is weaker and less bioavailable. And here's a pro tip. Always take vitamin D3 with a meal that includes healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, or salmon. Because it's fat-soluble, absorption improves dramatically. If blood tests show your levels are low, your doctor may even recommend higher doses temporarily to restore balance. Sunlight still matters, but food can help too. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are excellent sources, along with egg yolks and fortified foods like milk or orange juice. But the truth is, food alone usually isn't enough once you're over 60, which is why smart supplementation becomes essential. Vitamin D3 is your body's shield against frailty. Without it, bones crack, muscles weaken, immunity falters, and the brain slows. With it, seniors often report feeling stronger, more energetic, and even happier within weeks. Up next, let's talk about best vitamin number 2. The one deficiency that can mimic dementia, drain your energy, and silently weaken your legs if ignored. Best vitamin number 2. Vitamin B12, the nerve protector and brain saver after 60. If vitamin D3 is your body's shield, then vitamin B12 is your spark plug, the nutrient that keeps your nerves firing, your blood flowing, and your memory sharp. Here's the shocking truth. By the time you're 65, up to 1 in 4 seniors are deficient in B12, and most don't even know it. Why? Because age changes everything. Your stomach produces less acid as you grow older, and that acid is needed to separate B12 from food. Add in common senior medications like antacids, proton pump inhibitors for reflux, or metformin for diabetes, and the problem gets worse. So even if you eat eggs, chicken, or dairy regularly, your body may no longer absorb enough B12 to stay healthy. Vitamin B12 is essential for three major systems. For your brain and memory, it protects nerve cells, prevents brain shrinkage, and supports mental clarity. For your blood, it helps make red blood cells, preventing anemia and fatigue. And for your muscles, it supports nerve communication to keep your legs strong and steady. A deficiency doesn't just make you tired, it can mimic dementia, depression, or even neuropathy. Too often, seniors are told these problems are just aging, when in reality, they may be a fixable nutrient problem. The warning signs of low vitamin B12 often sneak up on you. Persistent fatigue or weakness, memory lapses, confusion or brain fog, tingling or numbness in the hands and feet, poor balance or frequent falls, pale skin, or brittle nails. If left unchecked, low B12 can even cause irreversible nerve damage. That's why testing and supplementation matter so much after 60. The daily requirement for seniors is about 500 to 1,000 micrograms per day, much higher than the tiny amount found in most multivitamins. The key is to get the right form. Look for methylcobalamin or cyanocobalamin, which are absorbed better by aging bodies. Delivery matters too. Sublingual lozenges that dissolve under the tongue bypass the stomach and go directly into the bloodstream. And in severe deficiency, doctors may recommend injections. Don't rely on food alone. While fish, poultry, eggs, and dairy all contain B12, absorption is unreliable in older adults due to reduced stomach acid. The good news is that B12 is water-soluble, so your body flushes out the excess, and toxicity is rare. If your digestion is still strong, foods like salmon, tuna, sardines, eggs, grass-fed beef, yogurt, and milk can help top up your levels. But for most seniors, supplements are necessary to maintain healthy levels and protect long-term nerve and brain function. Best vitamin number 1, omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. The longevity nutrient seniors can't afford to miss. If there's one nutrient that can truly change the way you age, it's omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats, especially EPA and DHA, are not just good for you, they are life-extending. A massive study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed over 42,000 seniors and found something remarkable. Those with the highest blood levels of omega-3s had a 36% lower risk of death from all causes. That means fewer heart attacks, fewer strokes, sharper minds, stronger joints, and even longer lives. As you age, chronic inflammation becomes your silent enemy. It fuels arthritis, weakens muscles, stiffens arteries, and accelerates brain decline. This is where omega-3s step in. For your heart, they reduce dangerous arrhythmias, lower triglycerides, and keep blood vessels flexible. For your brain, DHA is literally a building block of brain tissue, protecting memory, focus, and mood. For your joints, omega-3s reduce stiffness and pain, helping you move more easily. And for longevity, multiple studies show omega-3s slow cellular aging by protecting your telomeres, the tiny end caps of your DNA. In short, omega-3s don't just help you live longer, they help you stay yourself longer. But here's the problem. About 68% of adults over 60 in America are deficient in omega-3s. Why? Because most seniors don't eat enough fatty fish, while processed foods full of omega-6 oils, like corn, soy, and canola, push the balance in the wrong direction. That imbalance drives inflammation, leading to joint pain, brain fog, heart disease, and faster aging. So how do you get enough omega-3s after 60? First, eat more fatty fish. Aim for 2 to 3 servings per week of salmon, sardines, anchovies, or mackerel. Second, supplement smartly. Choose a high-quality fish oil that provides at least 1,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA daily. For seniors with heart or inflammatory issues, doctors may recommend 2,000 milligrams or more. Third, check the label. Look for fish oil tested for heavy metals, purified for safety, and ideally in triglyceride form, which is better absorbed. Fourth, take it with meals, especially those that include healthy fats like avocado or olive oil, to improve absorption. And fifth, if you're vegan or allergic to fish, algae-based omega-3 supplements provide DHA directly without the fish. Food sources include salmon, sardines, mackerel, chia seeds, flax seeds, walnuts, and pasture-raised eggs. Plant-based sources like flax or chia give a weaker form called ALA, which still helps but doesn't fully replace EPA and DHA. That's why, for therapeutic levels, food alone is rarely enough. After 60, supplementation makes the difference. Omega-3s are the closest thing we have to a nutritional insurance policy. They protect your brain, your heart, your joints, and your very ability to stay independent as you age. If you add just one supplement to your daily routine after 60, make it omega-3. Because it's not just about living longer, it's about living stronger. So, there you have it. The truth about vitamins after 60. Some, like retinol-based vitamin A, iron, calcium supplements, and high-dose B6 can quietly chip away at your health, speeding up aging, weakening your heart, and even damaging your nerves. These silent dangers often hide behind labels that say, for seniors, but the reality is, they could be making you feel older than you really are. On the other hand, when you choose the right nutrients, magnesium, vitamin D3, vitamin B12, and omega-3 fatty acids, you give your body the exact support it craves at this stage of life. These are the nutrients that keep your bones stronger, your mind sharper, your heart steadier, and your energy alive. The difference between decline and vitality isn't luck. It isn't just age. It's the daily choices you make. Every pill, every bite, every habit either moves you closer to weakness or closer to strength. Here at Blessed Senior, we want you to remember this. Aging is inevitable, but suffering is optional. If today's video opened your eyes, don't let it stop here. Check the labels on your supplements tonight. Talk to your doctor about testing your vitamin levels. And most importantly, start replacing the harmful with the helpful. Because your future health isn't written yet. You're writing it right now with every choice you make. Tell us in the comments, which vitamin surprised you the most today? Was it one you're currently taking? And if you found this valuable, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss the health truths that keep you stronger, longer. Remember, your best years don't have to be behind you. With the right nutrition, they can still be ahead.